Yo, what's up, guys? Day Supreme back to with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my entire Thomas and Friends Take Along collection. I feel like I'm slowly turning into a Thomas channel. Jokes aside, ever since the new game got announced, I've been down this very big rabbit hole of just Thomas in general, and it's kind of gotten me back into the series. I don't think I'll be purchasing any new diecasts, but I am going to show off my entire diecast collection I've had as a kid. A lot of these are pretty banged up, which does suck, but it is what it is. And maybe someday I'll buy some of the ones that I wanted when I was younger. But I feel like I'm pretty content with my collection, but then I don't really know what else is out there, if that makes sense. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Actually, before I get farther into this, there's going to be a lot of characters I don't remember, and I do apologize. These have been sitting in my basement since the early 2010s. Like, the last time I probably actually got these up from my basement was probably like in 2011 or 2012. That's how long they've been sitting down there. And over those years, I've forgot about a whole bunch of characters and just everything in general. So it does kind of suck, but it is what it is. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting things out with a very interesting character. And I believe this one was called Mighty Mac, I think. Very interesting. I remember when I got this when I was younger, I was so confused by it. Very interesting. Sorry about the blur, but a very, very interesting character, to say the least. Next up, we got Lady. I actually didn't know the Magic Railway got that much hate that it did. It's definitely nostalgia. I need to go back and rewatch it, but I loved this movie as a kid. And there's a character somewhere in this bin that I'll show you, and I'll just be like, "This is my all-time favorite character." But yeah, here we got Lady, the magical train. I think that's what her whole thing was. Pretty cool. You can see she's kind of bugged out, but yeah, as you can see, she's pretty banged up, which does suck a lot, but it not too terrible if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, there we got Lady. Up next, we got two random carts, Sodor Feel and then Sodor Male. Um, yeah, I'm just not really gonna go too much into detail with these, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Up next, we got Sodor Zoo, monkeys and a lion, and I remember the lion used to roar, but obviously it doesn't anymore. I'd imagine if I open this up, the batteries are gonna probably be exploded or something, but yeah, I'll have to check that out someday. Maybe I can get it working again. Hopefully it's not corroded, but if it's been sitting in the basement for that many years, it probably is. Up next, we got Stanley. I don't really remember too much about Stanley, but pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know about different train models and all that too, but yeah, it is pretty cool. Next up, we got Sodor Aquarium and then this Happy Birthday one. I don't know what this Happy Birthday one is. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it was like a special little like anniversary or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. Here's a better look at the aquarium. I think the hammerhead used to go back and forth, but I think the liquid in there is probably, if I'm being honest, it probably leaked out somewhere. Hopefully it didn't destroy any of the die casts, but yeah, sadly well, there it goes. It kind of rocks back and forth now, but yeah, it looks like the liquid's gone in there. It might not have came with liquid. I'm not too sure. I really don't know. But continuing on, I just noticed. Okay, never mind. I thought this was someone else. Is this who I think it is? Oh, yes, it is. All right, let me go over this guy first. Don't know who this guy is. So yeah, but he's like in a red vehicle, a red car. So I mean, pretty cool, I guess. But here we got the legend himself, Sir Topham Hatt, in a blue car. Why does Sir Topham Hatt have a magnet, but this one doesn't? That's actually because they're the same build, just one has a magnet, one doesn't. That's pretty interesting. Because besides the character inside the vehicle, they're the same thing. So I don't know. That's kind of interesting, if I'm being honest. Up next, we got Oliver. I just found out that the electrical model I don't remember what the set's called. I would like to do a collection video on those in the future. I just found out this model for the electrical ones was never released in the US. It was a Japan exclusive from what I understand. And it's super rare here in the US, but it's not rare in Japan, so it's super expensive on eBay. That's very interesting. I never knew about that. But yeah, Oliver, pretty cool. I mean, nothing too crazy, but yeah. Up next, we got Percy. So something interesting about Percy, first off, is Percy doesn't have the number 6 on him, but also he has like this confetti all over him. I wonder if this was a part of the birthday set. I don't know, honestly. If anyone knows anything about these, I would love to know. I can also do research, but yeah, like I said, I'm just pulling these out. This is the first time I'm looking at these in over how many years, I don't know. So next up is this crab or lobster. Um, I I'd imagine it sits in a cart, but I just don't know where the cart's at. It's probably somewhere in the box, but yeah, I'll just throw this lobster up on here so you guys can see it. Up next, we got Jack. Thankfully, a lot of these have the names on the bottom. Thank goodness, because I'd be lost without them. But anyways, you can see this one is really banged up. A lot of paint chips, which really does suck. Which kind of makes me wonder what I did to these when I was younger. I'm gonna guess I probably just crashed them together, and I don't know, if I could go back in time, I'd be like, dude, take better care of these, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, Jack, pretty cool. Up next, we got Hector. Pretty cool. You can take the coal out. There we go. So, pretty cool. The coal's removable, but yeah. Pretty cool. So yeah, Hector. Pretty cool looking cart. So here we got this cart, and you can actually open the door. First off is Sodor Works. Next up is Mr. Jolly Chocolate. And next up, I feel like I'm going to break it every time I do that, but I really don't want to break it. Next up is Sodor Frozen Fish. So, pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little cart. I do like it a lot, but yeah. Next up is this Walmart caboose. I know nothing about this as to why there's a Walmart Thomas diecast. It is cool seeing the old Walmart logo. But yeah, pretty cool. I'll have to do some research on this and just, yeah, but yeah, the Walmart caboose, pretty cool. Next up, we got Byron. Pretty cool. Nothing really to say about this one. Let me put in frame. I know nothing about this one. Sorry about that, but this is from 2008. So this was near the end of, because I think, was it 2010 when Mattel took over the license? I could be wrong, but this is one of the last from this Take Along series before it went to, what was it, Take and Play. I'm more than certain I have a few Take and Plays, but I don't know. But yeah, got Byron, so pretty cool. Don't really know much about this one, but yeah, pretty cool. Up next, we got Buster. This is, for some reason, all plastic, and I don't know why. And this is very detailed on the bottom. Hit Toy Company and everything. So I don't really know why this is all plastic and not die-cast. It's kind of interesting. I'm thankful it didn't break, because it was like in between. It was kind of sandwiched between. Does it? I hate that. Why does it? Well, this one go. That one doesn't make any sound, but this one does. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. It's kind of interesting, kind of weird. Not the design is weird, but the way they built it is weird. I don't know why it's just not die-cast, but whatever. What was this dude's name? Buster. So, yeah. Oops, I dropped him. So next up, we got Fearless Freddy, and then this one is Sir Handel. Don't really remember much about these two, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. Don't really know what else to say about them, but yeah, pretty cool. Here we got another land vehicle. Apparently this one is Ned. Pretty interesting. For some reason, I do kind of remember this one from my collection when I was younger. Yeah, so pretty cool. Don't remember him from the show at all, but yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, I do apologize if my commentary on them is pretty, lackluster. I just don't know what to say about them. Here we got a classic, Toby. Pretty cool. This dude has been through a lot. Look at all the scuff marks on this one. I feel kind of bad because I like Toby. Toby's pretty cool. I don't know. Honestly, I saw the new diecast. Maybe I'll get the main ones now that I'm kind of getting back into Thomas. This could just be a simple little, burst of like, oh, nostalgia or something like that. I don't know, but I think I might get Toby the next set because I've always liked Toby. I think Toby is a pretty cool looking character. But yeah, Toby. Next up, we got Emily. Without her back end, it's somewhere in the bin. But yeah, pretty cool. This is not gonna lie, that's a little terrifying. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of cool. There's some detail in there and all that. But yeah, pretty cool. So, Emily. Next up, we got Neville. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I do apologize. Pretty cool. Yeah, once again, I'd imagine he has a back end. I just don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in the bin as well. But yeah, that does kind of suck that it's just not connected to him. I wish they were all connected to the diecast, but they're not. Looks like he's been through some rough time. I wonder why everything else looks like almost perfect on him, and then for some reason up there it's just completely like the paint's just chipped away, basically around the whole funnel. It's interesting, but yeah, what was his name? Neville. So yeah, pretty cool. Here we got this Cole cart. I'm not too sure who this belongs to. My guess is maybe it's Neville's. That doesn't look right. I know someone out there just saw me put this card onto Neville and they're just freaking out. They're like, no, it belongs to this character. Again, I apologize. I'm just I've been out of the loop for such a long time. Next up is Cludy. I could be saying this one's name completely wrong. But pretty cool. I do really love the color. The color combination, I should say. Very eye-catching, if you will. But yeah, pretty cool. Up next, we got Patrick. It's pretty cool. You can hear like a little ball inside the cement mixer. Again, this one is all plastic, so I wonder what was going on around this time. Very interested as to why a lot of these older ones, older as in the later years of the hit era before Mattel took over. I wonder why they're like plastic. Maybe they're still plastic. I don't know. I haven't bought a new one in years, but yeah, what was this dude's name? Patrick. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, Patrick. Next up, we got the legendary Salty. Yeah, pretty cool. Then we also have this troublesome truck that if you press the red button up on top, it like starts laughing from what I remember. Again, just like the lion, I'd imagine it's like corroded in there, and hopefully the battery didn't explode, but yeah, so yeah, Salty and a troublesome truck. Up next, we got a breakdown train, I guess. Not too familiar with this. Also, my cat has entered the room, so I do apologize if you hear him here and there. But a breakdown train, I guess. I'm not too familiar. It looks like the paint up there is cracking, and that's pretty disappointing. I don't know if it's really picking up on camera, but that's upsetting. Next up, we got Rosie. Very just like the other purple one from earlier. This is very eye-catching. I really do like the color of this one. Yeah, there's no number on Rosie. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. But yeah, Rosie. For some reason, I have another Salty. I did not know I had a duplicate of Salty, but yeah, Salty is pretty cool. So you can't have enough Salties, I guess. According to my collection, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this dude's name, because I'm probably gonna butcher it somehow. But yeah, you get this red engine, so pretty cool. It's probably super simple, but I feel like I'm gonna completely butcher it. But anyways, yeah, so pretty cool. Up next, we got this Sodor Oil Company. Pretty cool. The oil is very, like, I don't know if it's supposed to look like that or how it used to look, but I'd imagine a lot of these are just, just over the years have just changed colors, or like that shark, I think, just completely dried up. So next up, we got a green version of that one card that changes. So we got the Sodor Mining Company. So another Sodor Mining and coal. So pretty cool. I am so worried that the door is gonna snap off, but yeah, pretty cool. Nothing too crazy. Up next is Harvey. Um, I The only stuff I remember about Harvey is the diecast. I don't remember much about Harvey in the actual show, but yeah, pretty cool. Then we also have this red, just random, or red, yeah, that's totally red. We get this yellow cart, so yeah, pretty cool. Next up, we got another plastic vehicle, Madgi. I'm probably saying that wrong. But uh, maybe it is diecast. It does kind of feel diecast. Maybe I should put it in frame too. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't really know what else to say about this one. It looks like there's a spot for a trailer hitch, so or a trailer. So maybe I got a trailer somewhere in there. I'm not too sure, but yeah, pretty cool. Next up, we got Alfie. I think that's how you pronounce it. I do apologize. The only reason I don't want to try and say the names is because I know for a fact I'm gonna butcher a lot of them. But anyways, yeah, pretty cool. I don't remember this character at all from the show. But yeah, pretty cool. I mean, nothing really else to say. But yeah. Next up, we got Howard. I think that's Harold. Harold. Yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, Harold the helicopter. Gotta love him. Next up, we got Dennis. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think he's missing the back end too, but yeah, so pretty cool, Dennis. Next up, we got Tinmouth Milk. So pretty cool. Nothing too crazy, but yeah. Next up, we got a hose car. So pretty cool. Sodor Rescue. Do like that a lot. So yeah, pretty cool. Next up, not really a character, but this is a railroad crossing. I'd imagine this belongs to a playset. I think it was like the blue tracks that you could not race them, but you could have them on. So yeah, pretty cool. Then we got this coal cart. Yeah, who does this say? Neville's Tenor. So yeah, it belongs to Neville from earlier. Pretty cool. Next up, we got Rhenius. I feel like I'm saying a lot of these names wrong. And then we got Stanley. I thought I showed Stanley off earlier, but maybe not. Yeah, here we got these two. So yeah, pretty cool. Up next, we got Terrence with a massive, massive face. But yeah, I remember Terrence pretty well. This is one of the diecasts I was looking for because I haven't seen this. I haven't seen any of his in such a long time, obviously, but it is pretty cool seeing Terrence. Also, I wonder why he has the magnetic deal. Because obviously he's not going to be pulling anything, but maybe they had something for him at one point. I'm not too sure. Next up, we have this tar cart. So yeah, pretty cool. Next up, we got this Victor Great Splash. Looks like it's Victor, but like all mossy, and I believe this is part of the after Mattel took over. So yeah, pretty cool. This is a part of the Take and Play series, I guess. So yeah, pretty nice. But yeah, Victor. So continuing on, we got this cart. I believe this is where the lobster would probably go on. So pretty cool. Up next, we got Whiff. For some reason, I remember this one. Yeah, pretty cool. Nothing too crazy. I remember him mainly because he has the glasses and all that, but yeah, pretty cool looking character. Next up, we got Rocky. I do kind of remember this character. Also, the crane or the whatever you want to call it is pretty tall or pretty tall, pretty long. So, pretty cool. So yeah, I won't lie. This video has been going on for so long, and I still haven't had one Thomas. I'm looking at one right now, so I'll probably pull him out. But I thought I had way more versions of Thomas, but I guess not. Oh no, just like my Bob the Builder, I feel like a lot of them are missing. And that's a little worrisome, not gonna lie. So I might have to make this, I guess, a part one out of two or whatever. Because I know for a fact I have way more. Because again, I'm missing like main ones like Henry, Edward, Gordon. I don't know where they're at. There was one character in particular that I was excited to show you guys. That being Diesel 10, and I'm looking and I don't see Diesel 10, and I know for a fact that I have Diesel 10, so I don't know where they're at. Guess I'll have to look tomorrow. Anyways, sorry about that. I'm just kind of not necessarily annoyed, but my Bob the Builder, my Thomas, they're all missing, which is weird. Here we got George. Pretty cool. I mean, yeah, don't really know much about George. Here we got James Cart, which is super banged up. Yeah, and James is nowhere to be found in my bin here, so I don't know what happened to them, I'm going to be honest. Up next, we got Trevor, I guess. Not too familiar. I do remember this one from the show, but I just don't remember much about him. But pretty cool. I do like how the wheels turn and the gear turns as well. My hand is completely blocking it, but yeah, pretty cool. I do like that a lot. And then next up, we just got this random caboose. So yeah, pretty cool. Next up, another character I don't know how to pronounce, and I'm not even gonna try. But this is a part of the Sodor Steamworks, I think that's what it says. I can't really tell by the thing covering it, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I do like this character a lot. Pretty cool looking, so yeah, pretty cool. Up next, we got Bill. Ben is somewhere in here, I think. Yeah, I see Ben right now. You know what? Here, let me just put Bill right here. Let me grab Ben here. So, and yep, here we got Ben. So pretty cool. We got Bill and Ben. Very nice. Up next, we got Spencer. Pretty cool. He's been through a lot, it looks like. So, yeah, very banged up. And then we also have a rail, or another cart, another troublesome cart. So, troublesome truck, excuse me. So yeah, pretty cool. Here we get another troublesome truck, which is completely yellowed. That's very upsetting. Unless it came like this, but it looks like whenever you rode it on the track, it would just bounce back and forth, as you can kind of tell. So, pretty cool. Yeah. Next up, we got this warning device. I think you would press it and it would just start making like a siren sound, but obviously, just like the other ones, it's probably corroded. Here we got another Thomas and Friends. Jack jumps in. This is, I don't know. It looks like a movie cart or something. I'm not too sure as to what this is. Movie car. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah. So pretty cool. Next up, we got Fergus. I'm just gonna stop getting all like nostalgic about them. I actually need to hurry up and finish this video. So, anyways, yeah, we got Fergus here. Here we got a random cart. Not too sure where this came from. Next up, we got a Sodor Orange Grove. Pretty cool. I think it came with oranges. So, yeah. Up next, we got the Sodor Quarry Transport. Apparently, I don't know if it... Is it stuck now or what? Oh, there we go. Here's some, like, gravel, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. But pretty cool. Then here we got, okay, apparently Sodor has electric eels. So, yeah, pretty cool, I guess. Electric eels. Next up, we got balloons. Everyone loves balloons. And here we got the number 10 cart. Not too sure who this belongs to. Next up, we got Monty, I guess. Not too familiar with Monty. And then next up, we got good old Donald. Yeah, pretty cool. Next up, we got another one that I'm not even going to try and pronounce because I know I'm going to mess it up. So yeah, again, plastic, which is kind of annoying. Here we got another shipping, just random shipping cart, so pretty cool. Up next, we got Billy, I guess. Very cool, very pretty big engine. That's just, you know, a standard engine and not like two pieces, but pretty cool. Looks like it's a search and rescue type deal. It does have a button. I don't remember what it does though. But yeah, pretty cool. And then we also got, oh, we do have James in here. Okay, cool. James is in here. Very nice. Still don't know where Gordon and all those ones are at, but they're somewhere, I guess, downstairs still. Next up, we got Elizabeth, so pretty cool. Has a rubber band holding on the back bed, so I wonder if it broke. I have no idea. Here we got a Christmas cart, so pretty cool. Do like that. Up next, we actually have a complete one. We got Murdoch here, so pretty cool. And then after Murdoch, we got this paint splattered Thomas, so pretty cool. Next up, we got Fergus. I thought I just had him earlier. I guess I do. I see him right there. So I didn't know I had this many duplicates. Next up, we got Mavis. Pretty cool. Next up, we got Billy. So pretty cool. And then after Billy, we got Douglas. So pretty cool. So here we got Molly's tender, I guess. I don't know where Molly's at. Then up next, we got Blasting Cap cart. So pretty cool. Yeah. Up next, we got these two deals. So, yeah, pretty cool. Try and put them in the frame better. But yeah. Up next, we got Iron Airy, I guess. Not too sure. I feel like I remember this character. I just don't remember much about him. Then we got another just random, you know, cart. So, pretty cool. Up next, we got this character called Thumper, I guess. Know nothing about him, but pretty interesting. We're nearing the end for this part 1, and I do apologize how long this part 1 has been. Here we got Classic Diesel. Pretty cool. Dude looks upset, as per usual. And then up next, we have Nelson, I guess. Another plastic. This thing feels like it's going to fall apart, but the flatbed, or the back of it opens up, so I mean, that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Next up, we got Bugley, I guess. Not too familiar with this one, but pretty cool. Up next is Sodor Paintworks and yet another caboose. Here we got this random thing. I know it lights up. But yeah, I know it goes on a cart too, but yeah, I don't know where that cart's at. Next up, we got Toad, I guess. I'm not too familiar. Then we have some coal. So yeah, pretty cool. Here we got a Daisy. Pretty cool. So yeah. And then after Daisy, we got Peter Sam, I guess. Pretty cool. Up next, we got Iron Bert. So pretty cool. Here we got Rusty. So yeah, pretty cool looking deal. And here we got a Christmas one with candy canes instead of coal. I do like that a lot. I thought this would come out, but yeah, pretty cool. Next, we got Max, I guess. Pretty cool. I do apologize. I'm sounding so unsure, but I know nothing about some of these. It's crazy to think when I was younger, I used to know like almost everything about these characters. But anyways, up next we got Arthur. Pretty cool. We got Emily's coach. So pretty cool. I think this is Emily's. More than certain this is Emily's. We're near the bottom of this. Up next we got this random cart. So pretty cool. Then after that we got Molly here. So it's good we found Molly. I know earlier we had Molly's cart. Here we got another Happy Holidays thing, like a reindeer looking deal. So pretty well, not looking deal. It is a reindeer. Here we got a spotlight car. Pretty cool. Once again, I think it would light up, but it won't, so yeah, that sucks. Here we got Mavis, and I see Mavis right there, so I didn't know I had this many duplicates, but I guess I do. I'll have to go through all of them. Here we got another Sodor shipping deal. And here we are at the end. I got a few more accessories, but I don't think it's really necessary to show them right now. Here we got this loading cart, pretty cool. I'll just set that right there. Here we got this Chinese dragon. I'm guessing it's for Chinese New Year's. I'm not sure, but when you ride it, I guess not. I thought the head would bob up and down, but apparently not. But yeah, pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool looking cart. I do like it. And then the last but not least, we got Spencer's coach. This video went way longer than I thought it would. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. But yeah, that is part one of part two because this is not my entire collection. I'm missing so many more. Maybe I'm just being delusional, and maybe I thought I had all them. But I know for a fact I'm missing like Diesel 10, Gordon, or not James, Henry, Edward, a base Thomas. I don't know where they're all at. A normal Percy. I don't know where they're all at. So I'm gonna have to look for them. I'll make a part two at some point. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize about how long it is. It shouldn't have been this long in the first place. I just got super nostalgic for these. And also trying to figure out some of their names because I know I don't want to mess them up. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.